You live and die with every breath. In the present moment, we are living and dying simultaneously, and over the course of a lifetime, going through the process of transformation. We can choose to do this unconsciously, living out our story as it is, or we can choose to do this consciously. On the mystical journey, how much you are truly alive is tethered to the process of dying and letting go at the same time. Similar to how a fire works, you can only effectively add greater amounts of fuel when it has sufficiently burned up the previous fuel. Our own spiritual fire, that which allows us to be truly alive, is dependent on having already broken down the parts of us that no longer serve us. In the alchemical sense, or spiritual digestion, it's necessary to let go of what has been used up in the nourishment that has been received so that new forms of nourishment for the soul can come in. How much space we create for the fresh and new is dependent upon how much we choose and are able to let go. To sustain life, there needs to be a sweet balance between what is coming in and what is being let go, while gently bringing in greater forms of fuel or soul food to increase the spiritual fire that supports the health and balance of your being on a psychic and energetic level. This balance and increased nourishment leads to truly thriving. Thriving is a high quality of life being lived. Within mysticism, dying is not separate from living, and there is no true end to the living experience. It is within our design to thrive and continue living beyond the death of the physical body. Through self exploration and discovery, we can live fully and completely. This is the potential. So, what does dying while living and living while dying actually mean? Well, let's start with dying while living. Dying while living means to consciously let go of or transmute parts of yourself intentionally while living. The process of repeatedly doing this is somewhat like miniature deaths that you can choose to do willingly. If you don't choose to do this willingly, you will still go through these miniature deaths throughout your life, but instead unconsciously and without autonomy. Your experience is decided by the narrative you've agreed to play your part in. Living while dying means fully opening up and consciously bringing the fresh and new into your being so you can grow and become your greatest potential. This leads to experiencing more of the livingness of your being. When your physical body is in the process of dying or has passed, you can sustain the experience of livingness and follow your breath, the living breath, back to source. In following breath to source discussions, there is more shared on how your breath is an essential gateway to the origin of all things. You can consciously open up to deeper sensations that help point you to where your breath comes from, beyond the physical and into subtler dimensions. Your breath becomes a thread or strand that you can follow, experientially leading you through a sequence of realizations that guide you back to where you began. I invite you to try this with me. First, come into a relaxed state and begin breathing slowly and gently. With your eyes closed, contemplate what it might be like to be dying in this moment. With each breath, Gently lengthen your exhalation more and more. As you exhale, feel yourself letting go and opening into the space of your mind. Imagine you are waiting in this space as though it is a waiting room until you're shown the way to the other side. While you wait, who is it that you want next to your physical body while you are passing? Who or what awaits you on the other side? Sit here for as long as you wish and open your eyes when you're ready. On a day when you have time to pause, maybe during your lunch break or some free time on the weekend, consider taking a walk through a local cemetery and contemplating your own death and what that means. How alive can you be while you're still on earth, breathing the air? And how alive can you be when your body has passed? Who or what do you expect to be on the other side? And do you honestly know? On the mystic's journey, there is an aim of staying near to the truth as possible. Regardless of how much might force you to come to terms with what you don't know, it can be uncomfortable, but it's important to honestly grasp where we truly are with our limitations. When what is unknown arises after asking these types of questions about our own death, we are standing directly up against the mystery. And it is from the mystery that possibilities appear to us. The more you can accept your limitations as a human being, the clearer it becomes where you can begin. To be human is to be humbled. Having the humility to say, I don't know, is esoterically speaking a key to learning, exploring, and discovering even more of the mystery. Death entails a lot of mystery and asks us to get up close and truly face the unknown. This is what mysticism is about, even when it scares you. So, as you move through your days, I invite you to notice the living and dying that is happening with every breath. Notice what you are holding on to that is ready to be let go. Notice where you might be resisting your own mini deaths and what it might feel like to willingly choose them instead. And contemplate this. How fully alive can you be, both while you are here and when your body has passed? The answer to that question lives in how consciously you are willing to engage with both sides of the same breath, the living and the dying.